Hey everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Infinite Magicraid. And I want to do a bit of a series on the Tower of Mark and what I'm using to complete some of the harder difficulties. So for this video, we are going to talk about floor 23 of the Tower of Mark. Now, every time you go through, you'll notice all the bosses rotate. Sometimes it's the one that heals, sometimes it's the one that has the shield, etc. So you're kind of going to have to keep in mind the same team concepts as you find that same boss again. Now, I already did sort of do a video showcasing my first attempt to do floor 23 with my team, but I was missing some core, information. I made some really stupid mistakes. I mean, I'm guilty. Just because I'm a content creator doesn't mean I do this right all the time. I also have a new hero in Thanatos to play with. That's one thing you guys did not see from my summoning videos because this happened after streaming. I got a Thanatos. He will be amazing for my floor 24, which as you might have noticed, I did pass that as well. But yeah, I'm really excited. I've also added extra speed to my whim, so he is exclusive 5. And yeah. And I also added some books to Hoff. Hoff was not booked at all. So that made a big difference in my progression. I'm really excited to give this a proper go and kind of dive deeper into these bosses. So when it comes to dealing with all these heroes, we have the boss guide, right? I wish they showed the heroes right here too, but instead we have to go look them up later. But we can look them up when we get into the game. I will click on them too so we can quickly go through. Of course, he's the one that goes through and puts up that weird, like, unkillable for a moment. But the biggest thing with this boss is related to healing. So this is one of those bosses where you really want severe wound if you need it. But you could also kind of avoid it as well, which is something I didn't even realize. I kind of thought you needed severe wound no matter what for sake of this boss, but really you can avoid the boss healing for the most part. Not completely, but for the most part. So let's take a look here. This boss just does damage, okay, whatever. Right here, passive skill. Whenever an ally takes active damage, other allies restore their HP by 8% of max HP, increase the damage dealt by self 5% when the turn ends. So if you're attacking his allies, he's going to heal the main boss we're talking here. So you don't want to attack the allies. Right here as well, you will revive an ally as well if there's anyone dead. And then he does more damage every time he revives an ally. So the last thing you want is to attack the side adds for this boss. It's not gonna be easy. If you do that, you're just gonna waste a lot of time. You're not gonna hit the turn limits. You really just gotta focus single target going in against the main boss to kill him first, and then you kill the adds afterwards. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna get through the waves and then we'll get to the boss, and then I'll speed things up here for getting up to the wave, or to the boss at least. And we'll play it out on manual. And we're at the boss. Okay. So I didn't have her counterattack ready yet, but that's okay. We'll at least put up that. I am going to go ahead and right away, you know what? Let's put up the decreased defense and the feebleness and severe wound. So let's protect our people. I don't want to use the AoE. We just want to target the boss with single targets. So Thanatos is going to be helpful with that too, with just extra damage, honestly. The counterattacks are going to kind of hurt us, but I still think they're worth it in the end. You could do it without the counterattacks. because we are attacking the allies, and that can be bad for the boss. But as long as we have a severe wound on, I think it's okay. Same thing here. I think for me, I found it worth it to do the HP burn, even though that does affect the ads on the side. It seemed okay. It didn't really seem to hurt my overall progress killing this boss. I mean, we have severe wound 2 on him, right? That helps. That makes a big difference. So this is just an amazing combination. I did this boss, though, fully with just Ruin as another damage dealer. Not damage dealer, crowd controller for the waves, and then he places decreased defense as well. But I had him in here. He just gave me a little bit of help, but he was only level 80. But then I got Thanatos, so he had to come into the team, of course. And that helped me to 3-star it. Alright, so let's get that decreased defense back up. Boom, boom, boom. Lucifer is just so strong, and then Catherine as well, obviously. So this really does make this just one of the easiest Tower of Marks to complete, I think. It makes sense. Lucifer is a popular choice for people's first mythic, and then of course everyone's gonna get Catherine, right? Alright, here we go. Now it's just kill the ads. Super friggin' easy. No trouble at all, right? Look at how easy that felt. Now, that was not as easy the first time I did it because I was a dummy and I was trying to attack the ads with AoEs. I don't know what I was thinking. I just forgot that part of, you know, sometimes you forget like a key part of someone's skill when you're kind of just like excited and amped up and like trying to progress. I'm very guilty of being like, oh crap. That was kind of an important point and I just forgot it. All right, boom. 3-star stage 23. So let me show you guys who I'm working with here and why they're so good for this boss. Oops, let's go. So Lucifer, I forgot to show the actual heroes that we were fighting against, but honestly, you saw it wasn't that big of a deal. The 2 ads on the sides, yes, the one guy puts up that other unkillable at the end, or like to block the yeah, unkillable. But it really doesn't affect the strategy. You just kill the boss first and then kill the side ads. It is what it is. But don't try to kill the side ads on stage 23 first, or the boss is going to smack you harder and harder. And as you attack them, he's going to heal, especially if you don't have severe wounds. But Lucifer here, I got him at a decent speed. He's still pretty slow overall for other content. My crit rate is still too low, honestly, and my crit damage is meh. He has a lot of work to be done. He is far from perfect, but it helps to have this exclusive one that adds severe wound to the mix and makes his feebleness from feebleness 1 to feebleness 2, I think. I'm looking forward to getting his next level of exclusive as well. I also have had, oops, this is really helpful for sake of the wave clear, but normally you'd probably want to do like victory rush on him for sake of that boss, just because of doing more damage in general for every hit, and it's just gonna be more helpful. Or I mean, or you could do pristine aura for his basic attack doing more crit rate if you're having trouble hitting the crit rate stats. But these are kind of the 3 I use for Lucifer, depending on the situation. This is more of an arena or just wave clear type thing, but this is obviously not going to help me in the end stage for the boss. So I really should have switched to this. It might have been a little bit faster. I don't have any of the fancy ones at the end for the legendary yet. Not quite there. And for emblems, I'll quickly show my emblems here on the side. And then equipment wise, yeah, we have a lot to work with. I do have some, I would like to get a 6-star crit rate. It's kind of what I keep hoping for, and they don't seem to, ooh, they do seem to want to give it to me, but then everything else sucks. But I think this might be worth it. We'll have to see. I was looking for a more ideal crit rate, because look, we had crit rate plus crit damage. If I can get something with that, that would be much preferred. I don't want to kill my crit damage, but I do want to make my crit rate more solid, so I'll probably roll this up and have to end up using it for now, but it's doing just fine the way it is. So I do have Catherine as well. My Catherine is okay, 1800 speed for where I'm at right now. That's fine. It's starting to get hard though. Everyone is too slow. It gets harder and harder, right? The boss speeds are pretty high in all of the other dungeons as well. But my Catherine is nothing special, nothing fancy on her either. What was it? Focusing on feather set and first aid, I think, is what I have on her. So I do have my emblems on Catherine as well, of course. And exclusive 1 Catherine so far. Melia does not help Tower of Mark. Hoff is really great to pair with Lucifer because of that hunter mark that he puts up. This is just really cool. It's like the killer acts again immediately afterward. So if you kill someone with this hunter mark, like Lucifer can easily one-shot a lot of people, then he goes again. So that's awesome. And this is really going to help too when I get him 1 level of exclusive. So that's certainly in my plans. Plus I have a couple more skill upgrades for him as well. But he's kind of in just some, honestly, he's in not perfect gear. Fearless set really isn't needed. It's not about damage. But it kind of worked just trying to get enough effect hit on him. I was actually looking more for the effect hit here. And then the mastery, so that actually helped a lot. So I was having trouble getting good effect hit, and this helped me get a little bit closer to my goal. And it doesn't hurt that he happens to do a little bit of damage along the way. We have Wim in the team. He's only level 3, sorry. He is in just full health gear, and again, not even perfect gear, not even all leveled up. It is what it is. I regressed Wim when I built Catherine, and I've been slowly working on building him back up. But I did get the extra speed here because I don't have that Waken 5 yet, so a little bit more speed on him certainly helped. But yeah, Wim, I do have most of the emblems on so far. Same thing with Hoff, of course. I have full emblems as well, so debatable which way I went here. I could have went for the mastery, honestly, but I did go for the speed instead because I want to make sure he's going first to place decreased defense before my damage dealers. And then Thanatos is a new member to my roster. I gotta get him probably a different aura, honestly, but it's helping for now. He hits hard. He's a lot of fun. So I just kind of focused damage gear on him too. So he's got pretty decent damage now. I think he has better stats than, okay, no. I would say, does he have better stats than my Lucifer? I hope not, but I'm slowly getting better gear for him as well as I try to find some better artifacts too. But yeah, that's my team. That's what I'm working with for Tower of Mark. I'm pretty sure I can use the same team through the other stages as well to 3-star, but I do want to talk about all the other bosses as well. So I will go through with another video, do stage 24 and 25 to talk about what we need to do to combat those bosses in particular. So that's all for now. I'll see you in the next video.